Tradition and the individual talent. The notion of a systematic order, an organic unity of literature underlying tradition and the individual talent, is now identified as a dominant aspect of modernism. The concept of tradition is germane to both literary creation and literary criticism. Eliot violently refuted the view that the greatness of a poet lies in his originality, individuality, or his difference from other poets. He says that it is often seen that not only the best but the most individual parts of a work may be those in which the dead poets, the ancestors, assert their immortality most vigorously. Tradition is thus indispensable. He asserts that tradition does not mean stopping in the same place. It is not blind adherence to the past, nor it is something that can be inherited. One has to acquire it with great labor. It demands the historical sense, which is not simply knowledge of history. It involves a perception not only of the pastness of the past, but of its presence. A sense of balance which trains one to discriminate one's passion from objective criterion. The notion of a young man walking with a heap of broken images circling around in his mind is what Eliot means by a tradition. He conceived of the literary works as a system in relation to which, and only in relation to which, individual works of literary art and the works of individual artists have their significance. No poet, no artist of any art has his complete meaning alone. His significance, his appreciation, is the appreciation of his relation to the dead poets and artists. This should not be mistaken for mere historical criticism. The organic or systematic view of literature considers this relation to be reciprocal and mutual. What happens when a new work of art is created is something that happens simultaneously to all the works of art which preceded it. The holistic concept of literature or art is that it is an unending continuity which at any given moment is complete. The existing monuments form an ideal order among themselves, which is modified by the introduction of the new, the really new work of art among them. The relations, proportions, values of each work of art towards a whole are readjusted. And this is the conformity between the old and the new. A poet who is aware of this retrospective rearrangement will be aware of great difficulties and responsibilities. It makes him aware of his own place in time, his own contemporaneity. In other words, the English writer should know that he is a part of the English literary culture, which in turn is a part of European culture, a kind of double citizenship. He must appreciate the collective mind of Europe and remember that it is a mind that changes, and this change is a development which abandons nothing en route. It does not jettison Dante or superannuate Shakespeare. Then he would realize that the collective mind, the repository of tradition, is more important than his own private mind. This thought will chasten him and put him through the process of continual self surrender. The progress of an artist is a continual self sacrifice, a continual extinction of personality. It is in this depersonalization that art approaches the condition of science. So, this is a concept of tradition discussed in the first section of the essay. So, the next important topic is the theory of personality, and that we will be discussing on my next part 3 of class 53. Okay, now we are moving on to module 7, basic grammar. We have been discussing on question tags. So in the last class we discussed some important rules or points regarding question tags, and there are some more to be discussed. Point number 6. If the statement begins with an introductory there, the subject of the tag must also be there. There were only 6 editions available. Were there or weren't there? Point number 7. Imperative verbs that signify simple request take the tag will you, whether they are positive or negative. Please give me a pen, will you? Want you shows more urgency. Take care when you enter the jungle, won't you? Point number 8. A suggestion beginning with let us takes shall we as a tag. Let us sing, shall we? Point number 9. An imperative expressing impatience or rebuke takes a tag can't you. Keep your mouth shut, can't you? Point number 10. A statement which has everyone or everybody for subject takes a tag they and not he and are treated as plurals. Everybody came, didn't they? Everyone was present, weren't they? Point number 11 and the last point. None of followed by a plural noun is treated as a plural and takes they in the tag. None of the boys turned up, did they? So here ends our class on question tags. In the next class, I will come with a new topic of grammar. Till then, take care, stay safe, bye.